Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. In this one we're looking at the Logitech T400 Touch Zone mouse. This is a very affordable mouse actually. Currently at the time of recording this it's under £25 on Amazon, and this could be the best value mouse I've used so far. Now, instead of having a scroll wheel as you generally see on most mice nowadays, this has a small touch panel which kind of replicates the actions you can perform with the Magic Mouse, for example. But it's slightly bigger, which for me personally was a big plus, as the Magic Mouse is much too thin. But it also has a nice measure of portability about it as well. And this is going to be perfect for guys that maybe go to college or uni. They need to use a laptop, but they love to use a mouse over a trackpad, for example. And we know a lot of people don't get on with trackpads for a lot of heavy work. For example, when I edit on my MacBook, I don't like using trackpads, so I'll always use an external mouse. So this may fit the bill for all you guys that may want to do that. So the small touch panel that's built onto this mouse gives you lots of different options for vertical and horizontal scrolling. You can press the center of it as well with Windows 8 to give you a start menu option, which will bring up all your tiles for programs. Gives you a nice little shortcut. And then you've also got options for clicking the back and the front to either show the desktop or to switch running programs on Windows. It does give you a lot of different options in the built-in software that you do get, and it's also using the unifying adapter as well, which basically means you can use 6 devices on one USB port, which is pretty crazy. Now, I went from the Performance MX, which is what I use on a daily basis to edit and just do general workflow, and the T400 actually fits in very well, going from such a a performance mouse to one that's slightly further down in the range, but it still does a very good job as well. Having the touch panel is really great for scrolling through timelines, and I didn't notice any major increase in time it took me to edit either, which was good. Let's have a little bit of a better look at the mouse itself. On the bottom we've got the power switch, but to be honest I never turned it off. They claim an 18-month battery life on the Logitech website. Now of course this may vary. If you're a high usage person like me, you may be using a mouse for the entire day. That will obviously make your battery life a lot lower, but if you're using it for a couple of hours after school, for example, then you'll probably get closer to the 18 months than I will. Now at the bottom you've also got the section for the batteries, and then you'll see in there you can also put the unifying adapter into the mouse as well, which is one thing you can't do in the Performance MX, which is a bit of a shame, but that also means you can take it out and about and you won't lose the USB. Considering it's so small, it's definitely something you don't want to lose. Now I'm a pretty big giant, so I've got big hands, and this mouse doesn't feel uncomfortable, which is a big benefit for someone with such big hands. Performance MX is obviously a lot bigger, and you can see the comparison here from the Apple Magic Mouse on the left, the T400, and then the Performance MX. There's a big difference in size, but it's not one that I found to be uncomfortable. It's definitely a nice general all-round size, especially for portability as well. And considering the price you get, and then having the features of the the touch zone, is great to have for scrolling, like I've mentioned. And then of course you Windows 8 users have got the added benefit of bringing up your tiles and programs. Also of course make sure you're using the latest drivers off the website. Now the software interface is very simple to use. You've got general options for your pointer speed, then you've got more specific options for the touch zone. The Performance MX will obviously have different ones for different buttons, but this will give you a general idea of what you can expect to adjust. Then you can enable or disable the front and back pressing for showing the desktop, and then switching between the running programs. If you want to use that, then you can easily do that in there as well. And going from the Performance MX to this mouse, I actually used the same pointer speed and didn't notice hardly any difference either, so that was always good. There wasn't a big transition period, which you can sometimes find when you change to a different mouse, but yeah, I just got straight into it and found it was no different from using the MX. You also got battery status indicators on there as well, but I used it for about 4 weeks and I didn't notice any battery drain at all. They claim 18-month battery life on a single pair of AA's, and I'm pretty close to believing that. As far as mice go, this is a pretty good one. It's solidly built. It's a very nice feel as well. The rubber edges always help for grip. If you do want to use it for gaming, then it's going to help to reduce sweat as well, and you're going to make sure you've got a nice grip on there. It's down to personal preference whether you'd actually like to use the actual physical scroll wheel or a touch panel. If you used a Magic Mouse before, you'll get on with this no problem at all, and then going from a scroll wheel to it as well is pretty much the same. It just operates in a different way, but it's a very nice mouse, definitely something you may want to look at, and considering the price of it, it's probably the best mouse I've used at this price bracket. So thank you for watching this video guys. If you want to get yourself one of these, I will put the links down in the description box below. Big thank you for Logitech for sending it out, and we'll see you all next time.